I'm Teague.
I'm Gabby.
And we are your well-informed girlfriends, bringing you today's stories that are worth talking about.
And this week we are talking about Instagram's new features, friction maxing, and Gen Z moving in with their parents.
And we're also going to be chatting about millennial snacking habits because apparently it's something we have to talk about.
Okay.
People are now using AI for dating advice. And very exciting, we have a doctor on the show today.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I need to see a doctor.
And here he is. The time is now. We're so lucky and happy to have Dr. Ryan Stancil here with us. So we are going to be doing a segment at the end called Ask the Doctor.
Very important segment.
Very important segment.
Love that.
We're stoked.
All that and so much more coming up on this week's episode of Well-Informed Girlfriends.
Okay, amazing. First story, Instagram Plus. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, this is my nightmare.
This is unbelievable. Okay, so Instagram has officially rolled out this new features package, and basically they found a way to monetize our collective paranoia. The platform recently announced this paid subscription called Instagram Plus. So for $3.99 a month, users get access to premium features. Here's what they are. So first thing, anonymous story viewing. So it's like you can look at someone's story without them being notified that you're looking at it.
See, I'm just gonna tell myself that that's already happening on my Instagram. So when my story views are low, it's
You're
just,
like, people are
anonymously
anonymously
people that are watching my story
doing it.
Yeah, that has to be it.
Right. But also like anonymous story viewing doesn't make sense to me. It's like, that's why you have a Finsta.
Right.
You have a Finsta, right? A fake
don't.
Insta?
What? I don't. I should have one.
How
I
have
don't.
you survived
I
this
don't know.
long?
I don't have a Finsta. I would like one. I should have one. But I don't because I run too many like other accounts.
Yeah.
That are
so you
I
can like
could use
creep
that,
if you need to.
But then it would be
from
like
a different
weird.
account.
Someone would be like, "Why is like Hollywood Classic Cars, my husband's company, like looking
Watching.
at my Instagram story?"
Wait, this is crazy. I thought everyone had a Finsta. Ryan, do you have a Finsta?
I've never had one before.
Really?
No.
You guys have never had the urge to have a fake account that you can just go look at other things?
Well, yeah, but I just never took the time to like actually do it, and I would just like, make an account.
I don't want to pitch the Finsta for everybody, but I'm shocked you guys are so pure.
No.
Wow. Okay. Anyways,
How many Finstas do you have?
A few.
Oh, a few, multiple?
I have a few Finstas. But the thing is, like, you can really only use a Finsta when someone has a public account. So you really, I'm not going to like follow someone randomly on a Finsta. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be so crazy. I just don't think I'm famous enough for a Finsta, but one day.
I don't think you need to be famous. I think you just need to have you need to be paranoid.
Okay.
And worried about things.
Yeah, I really don't care if
you see someone's story.
But actually, you know what? Okay, so I had someone message me because they saw I looked at their story, and this wasn't like a dating thing. This was like someone had beef with a friend of mine, and so I like went to go see what this person was posting about.
Yeah.
And the person sent me a DM immediately being like, "Why are you looking at my Instagram story?"
That's weird.
Yeah. So like this feature would be really helpful for me.
Yeah. Okay.
For that one instance.
For that one instance. That's crazy. Okay. The other features, story rewatch insights. So basically if someone watches your story multiple times, whatever, story extend so you can keep a story live for 48 hours instead of the 24.
Why don't you just put it on the feed?
Well, that's a great question, Gabby, but that's what this is for.
If you really feel like you need those extra 24 hours, then I feel like put it on the feed because people only look at your feed for 24 hours anyway.
Right, exactly.
Your new posts.
But that brings me to the final feature, which is you can search your story viewers. So most of the time, as girls,
we want to see that one person if they're watching.
You're only posting an
right.
Instagram story for one person to watch.
Yeah.
Typically a crush or something, you know?
When you're married, not really.
Really?
Like,
well,
not really.
Of course.
It's kind of more like, oh, did the brand I mentioned like look at this? Or like did the celebrity I mentioned look at this? Or something. But like, no, not really.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do like to see who's looking just out of curiosity, but it's less like,
but this is like
one person watching?
This is like teenage paranoia.
I remember that time.
Like you're scrolling.
I remember that time when it was like
my
love language was he was watching my Instagram story.
Exactly.
I get that.
And that's what that meant.
Yeah.
So basically these are all of the new Instagram features. And I just feel like they're preying on the insecurities of
Totally.
Right?
For $3.99 a month. Like, but isn't that every subscription? Because isn't every subscription your insecurity is that you don't have the subscription? So in the off chance that you want to watch that new show on that streaming service, you did then have to like, well, that's worth it.
Yeah.
And that's why I have like unlimited subscriptions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is crazy. I do feel like it's they should be getting us off of Instagram, but I guess their business model is to keep us on.
Oh yeah, they need our traffic. But I also wonder if they're giving this feature for free to influencers.
Oh, probably.
To get and then we would want it, so we have to pay. We would pay for it, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that happens all the time. Just for them to like use it, and then people are talking about it.
Right. Well, an influencer, it's a business expense.
Oh, right.
right?
Yeah, $3.99. Oh my gosh. Okay, this next story, the Wall Street Journal did a story about friction maxing.
Ooh, okay.
Have you guys heard of friction maxing?
This is a new word for me.
Really?
So I'm excited to hear about
Okay,
it.
I know
great.
about the maxing movement. Like we're maxing a lot of things.
We're
right?
maxing a lot of
we're
things.
looks maxing, which
We're looks
sounds like
maxing.
a weird word. Looks maxing. What's the other thing we're maxing?
I don't know, but we're doing
Protein
a lot of
maxing,
Oh,
fiber maxing.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, now friction maxing. Okay.
Friction maxing. Okay. So the Wall Street Journal released a piece this week talking about how all of our modern conveniences now are kind of a trap. So we like no longer have to put effort into things, right? It's like if you want a meal, if you want a date, if you want, you have to get somewhere, you have a map for that. So it's like they're talking about how we have kind of made our lives too easy. And as a result, like we have less sense of purpose.
Sure.
And it feels like less satisfying to get through our days.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting. And then they were talking about how we should start adding friction into our life. So friction maxing is the thing we should be doing. And here are a few examples.
Okay.
Tell me if you've done any of these.
Okay.
Reading books instead of scrolling TikTok or Instagram before bed. I think that's huge.
I just started that.
Okay.
And it did not work out.
Really?
Well, because I think I picked the wrong book. I picked a book that was like kind of a little dense. And so I'd be reading it and then it'd make me fall asleep. Or I'd get bored and then I'd be like, I wonder what's going on TikTok.
Right.
And and then sometimes the TikTok, like scrolling aimlessly on TikTok helps me go to sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
It keeps your brain awake, though.
I know. I need to like stop doing it though.
That's crazy. I am going to pitch something to you and just tell me that you can't do it. But I keep my phone in another room and it makes such a difference. So I put it away like an hour before I go to bed. I'll read a book and then I go to sleep.
But my phone is my alarm clock. But
they all say that.
No, but
Everybody
you're right because
says
you can still hear it in the other room.
Well, yeah, but also you could just get like their $10 alarm clocks on Amazon.
$10 alarm clock. That's a friction max.
That's a friction max. Exactly.
What's the difference between like friction max and like turning back time to like how things used to be? Is there a word for that?
I don't know. It makes sense because life was harder 10 years ago.
Like retro maxing or
retro maxing.
Yeah, like just doing like I have a DVD player because and a vinyl record player. Okay, and I'm thinking of getting a CD player.
You're crazy.
No, because here's what it is. Well,
a lot of things.
Well, the DVD player is clutch because first of all, you can get a bunch of DVDs from the library for free. Second of all, there's a lot of movies that are not available on streaming service, like a whole bunch, and there's like very few surviving video stores. Videotech is one. My friend Luce works there. It's a really fun store if you ever want to go. And then, you can get free DVDs. And then, there's some movies. Like there was a movie, Connie and Carla, that I really wanted to see. It's not streaming anywhere. So I bought the DVD player so I could watch that movie.
Perfect.
And now I have a collection of other. So I guess that was an example of friction maxing.
Yeah, you're friction
And I'm thinking of getting a
maxing.
CD player because I realized one John Mayer CD is only available on a CD, his very first CD, Inside Wants Out. You can't get it streaming anywhere.
You're such a John Mayer
I can't
girl.
not go on a podcast and not mention John Mayer.
It's actually
not
crazy.
possible.
You really love John
And
Mayer.
then vinyls are great. Like
Yeah,
that's how you're
vinyls
supposed
are
to listen to a
fun.
record. You're
Yeah,
supposed to
that
listen to a
is fun.
record
I
on a
agree.
vinyl. So I've done all those things.
Okay.
And I recommend it.
So you're doing a little bit of friction maxing organically. A few other examples. Try solving problems without asking Google. How are you going to do that though?
But I do
what
that,
do you do?
I do that
Phone
a lot.
friend?
No, I do that. Like I'll try to like think about something like really hard before I just search for the quick answer.
Yeah.
And then I'll search to like confirm.
Okay.
I try to do that.
I reach for my
hard.
phone pretty quickly.
Yeah,
when I
any
don't know
question
something.
that you
I'm
probably
like,
know deep in your brain. Yeah.
Sit with boredom for a few minutes instead of reaching for your phone. Oh, we were kind of just talking about that. That's another friction maxing.
I can't do that because if I'm bored, I'm going to do something else. Maybe not reach for my phone.
Yeah.
But I can't just sit being bored.
But you get your best ideas when you're bored. I always think because it's like really stuff comes up that you're like, oh, that's something I wanted to think about or process or like.
I get my best ideas in
Figure
like
out.
spin class or yoga class.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you figured it out.
Not just
Really?
sitting. I can't sit still.
Trying too hard to perform in those classes. Like I'm not zen.
So yeah, maybe I'm not doing the class good enough.
No,
That's why you're so jacked.
No, I think that's maybe why you getting the benefits of it is because you're actually thinking.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, the other ones they're talking about, call a friend instead of texting. That's a good reminder.
But you do that, your friends are like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Are you okay? What's the emergency? That's why
so
I like voice notes. Because I think voice notes are very reminiscent of the old school answering machine.
It is nice because you can kind of plan it out. Some people leave too long of voice notes.
Right.
It's like a podcast.
Should be no longer than 2 minutes.
Right.
and
Keep it short.
you should have a point.
Right.
And also when someone sends you a voice note, I don't think that's you have to listen to it right away.
Yeah.
When I send a voice note, I'm like, listen to this when you have time.
Yeah.
Absolutely no pressure.
Mhm.
And if it was an emergency, I would text it to you.
Right.
Or call.
Or call. That's still an option.
I feel like you have to ask people if they are ready for a phone call though. Like send
That's
a text,
true.
be like, do you have time?
It's
Don't
funny.
just call people.
Every time I call someone, I actually do feel the urge to be like, are you busy? Like I always am like,
Yeah.
are you okay? But I guess you assume like if you're picking up a call, they're probably not
Yeah,
busy.
Probably. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Right.
I
if
always
they
get
are,
like stressed. I'm like, are you okay?
but they
No.
might pick up because they think it's an emergency.
Right.
And they are busy.
Oh, right. And then
they're like,
you are
oh my
like, I
gosh.
am
Yeah,
busy.
you're like, yeah.
You are calling at a
Yeah.
weird time.
Yeah. So I think you need to send a text first before you just call
That's
someone.
true.
But then don't have a call,
Can I
when
call?
can I have a phone call?
Hey, when can I have
When can I have a phone call? I would like
Okay,
to talk
the
to you.
last one is cook dinner instead of ordering takeout.
I do this
That's
literally
obvious.
every night.
You do?
I make dinner
You are
every
such a
every night.
you are
Every night
such
I
a
make
good
dinner. And
chef.
it is less expensive when you make your food aside from ordering takeout. But I feel like there are times I had takeout last night. I had great Chinese food.
Ooh, sometimes
Yeah,
it's so
sometimes
good.
you just need takeout. But
Yeah.
I try to cook more than do takeout because you save so much. It's so expensive.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so crazy.
It's so crazy.
Or go out to a small business restaurant
Ooh,
instead
and
of ordering
then
takeout.
friction max.
Friction maxing. Go to the
Yeah.
restaurant, make the reservation.
Mm-hmm.
They need your help. The small, but not the chains, the small businesses. They need your help.
Right.
Especially here in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. But so does Din Tai Fung, honestly, and their
Oh,
big chain.
They need help?
They don't need help, but we just need to support them.
Okay, we're supporting them. Just kidding. Support all restaurants. All restaurants sponsor this podcast.
Yeah. Okay, our next story
Oh yeah.
is you got it.
I got it. Okay, so more Gen Z.
Okay.
No, yes. More Gen Z are living with their parents than ever before.
Okay.
Oh, I feel like we've done that before. Us
Oh, yeah.
millennials. We
We've
also
been there.
graduated into a recession. A lot of Gen Z now, there's a recession, makes sense. So a
Mhm.
record share of Americans ages 25 to 34, that's the age of Gen Z now?
I
I
don't
thought those were millennials still. What? Okay.
I
Are
guess that's
living
like
with their
older
parents?
Gen Z?
Elder Gen Z. How do you like that, Gen Z? Older Gen Z, elder Gen Z are living with their parents. Nearly 1 in 5 young adults in that age group live at home, which is the highest level on record.
Whoa.
And we had our avocado toast, but they're living
Yeah.
at home. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Why?
crazy.
Sorry, don't come at me, Gen Z.
And it's like there is some sort of charge under what you're saying.
Right, there is a charge.
You're
I need
charged.
to let it go. I need to let it go. I've just been bullied by people younger than me on the internet.
Mhm.
I'm moving past it. I'm over it. I would like to be your
Clearly
friend.
not.
Clearly not. Please don't at me. Okay. But here's what's happening. So housing prices, they have been remaining historically high.
Mhm, mhm.
Rent has become unaffordable in many cities. And then many Gen Z adults, they are employed, but their paychecks simply aren't keeping up with the cost of living,
Mhm.
which like
Tough.
I mean, I feel like these things have always kind of been a thing.
Yeah, I think they've always been a thing. And I feel like, what do they always say when it's like, we've prolonged childhood in this country?
Yeah,
It's like, we
yeah.
just like are like waiting for like, for those big milestones. I don't know. I think this is a bummer.
It is a bummer. And I feel for you, Gen Z. I did live with my parents briefly after college, actually well into adulthood when I was like 30. I lived, or 31. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I feel you.
Yeah.
But I did save money and then I was able to move back to LA, which was great.
Yeah.
But it's tough, but it does, you end up saving so much money, but then you also have to weigh that with like, I don't know what your relationship's like with your parents. For me, I had a pretty tough relationship with my mother. So like, it's like, is your mental health worth that?
Yeah.
And I had to like work multiple jobs to afford rent here in Los Angeles. Still do.
Right.
Still do.
Yeah. Yeah. It is interesting because like in a way it sounds like a great idea and it's very strategic. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I can go and move in and whatever. But like, I think you get so much out of living by yourself, right? It's like independence.
Yeah.
It's like feeling confident. It's like getting, just like learning about adulthood.
Well, so much of like I moved out to LA right after college. So I was like on my own, like immediately after college.
Mhm.
And you learn so much in those years,
Right.
being independent and not having, like I moved across the country, like not having your parents right there to pick up the pieces if you need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also wonder how that's going to affect dating because couple,
Oh, yeah.
right?
I mean, everybody's still living at home.
everyone's still living at home. Like what? So
where do you guys hang out?
where do
the
you hang out?
basement?
Right?
I guess it's like
I
high school
guess.
still.
It's like high school. It's like going back to high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That makes me sad. Sorry, Gen Z.
But they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it
Just
out.
like millennials did. I mean, millennials
And like, it's not going to be the recession forever.
Yeah.
Right?
Hopefully not.
Doctor?
I love that we have a doctor here and we have not really asked him any doctory questions yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay, we have another generation story.
Yes.
Okay.
So Gen Z and millennials, they eat nearly twice as many snacks as boomers do, with experts warning that they are replacing real meals with snacks.
Okay.
So if you ask someone what they had for lunch, you'll probably expect to hear something like a sandwich, a salad, maybe some leftovers.
Mhm.
But for a growing number of Gen Z and millennial adults, lunch might have been a protein bar, an iced coffee, a bag of chips, and whatever else they grabbed between meetings.
Mhm.
According to a new survey highlighted by Fox News, Gen Z eats twice as many snacks each month as boomers. On average, they reported eating 81 snacks a month compared to 45 snacks a month for boomers.
Okay.
And
I love this
even more interesting, 41% of Gen Z said they actually prefer snacks over full meals.
Okay.
So why is this happening? Well, we're busier than ever. Many people are commuting, working odd hours, juggling multiple jobs, or trying to squeeze everything into the day. So sitting down for breakfast, lunch, and dinner feels almost old-fashioned. So
Mhm.
instead, we're grazing more. We're having a protein shake in the car, a handful of crackers between Zoom calls, an energy drink in the afternoon, a granola bar before the gym. Now, those snacks, they stop filling the gaps between meals and they become the meals. The
Mhm.
problem with this is most of the foods that we're reaching for are highly processed, loaded with sugar, which means we're eating constantly, yet many of us still feel tired, unfocused, and hungry. Food has become something we multitask. So yeah, what do you
Interesting.
think about that?
I think this is crazy. First of all,
Yeah.
I do wonder if there's any. Well, we do have a doctor here, so we can ask.
Yeah, I'm
him
curious about how
questions.
this is affecting us, from a health perspective.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
how do you feel about we should not be eating any sort of processed food? You're pretty anti-processed food, right?
Oh, sure. I would say in general, as Americans, our portion sizes are much higher than average than the rest of the world. So
Yeah.
eating smaller portions is overall a good
Do you
thing.
think that? I wonder if this has anything to do with Ozempic. Like
Right.
maybe people are eating less meals because of Ozempic.
Well, that's all they can put into their stomach.
Right. It's
Yeah.
all like a
Yeah.
cracker. And then I also wonder if there's any economic factors here. Like I wonder if it's cheaper or in theory, it feels cheaper to just snack instead of having like real meals.
Well, think about I remember when I used to work in the corporate world, you would sometimes order lunch, right?
Yeah.
And then that would get expensive, right? So
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
that's why if they don't have the money to buy the lunch with the rest of the office, they're like, I'll just have my protein bar. So it could be a financial factor.
Yeah.
But then also remember the rise of snack plates. People were pitching
yeah.
snack plates as
Mhm.
I
Or
guess
girl dinner.
a girl dinner. It's all kind of in our brains anyway, that's what we should be eating.
Mhm,
But I
little.
think there's ways, I don't know. I think there's ways to have a snack plate or a girl dinner and just make sure you have enough protein and fiber to fill you up.
Yeah.
There's ways to snack because you were saying small portions, which I know is the cornerstone. I've done a lot of Goop detoxes and that is the cornerstone. You have those 4 small meals
Yeah.
and you're feeling like Gwyneth.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah.
But you also have to make sure that that's not junk food.
Yeah.
Right?
Eating when you're hungry is a great way to go about things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's healthy ways. You have pretty healthy snacks. You'll eat olives in a bag or whatever. There's health.
What's
Nuts,
the
I guess, are
nutritional
good.
factor of olives? What are you getting from olives?
I mean, I don't think olives are that healthy. There's a lot of salt.
Salt,
Oh,
There's a lot of
right.
salt. But
but maybe you need
you
sodium
know,
after a
I'm-
workout.
I'm not perfect. I like olives. I like
Doctor's
olives and
eating
I have
olives?
these.
Uh-oh.
They're not quite like beef jerky, but they're a
the-
meat snack.
I
Oh,
have
the
one.
meat
I have one
snacks.
in my bag right now.
Yeah.
That's what I eat those a lot because when you can't have time for a meal,
Yeah.
They're not highly processed, but they're a little salty.
they can't be the best for you. Lots of sodium in snacks though. I think that's
That's
kind
the thing.
the
Yeah.
issue. Lots of
And
sodium.
also the final point on this is people aren't really sitting down to have dinner anymore, which is a tradition.
right. And then a lot of people when we're eating dinner, I know I'm guilty of this. We're eating dinner in front of the television.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's I think really bad for your digestive system. If you're sitting, if you're not sitting at a table, if I'm sitting kind of hunched over,
Doctor?
I eat dinner hunched over like that. All the
Okay,
time,
so
Mm,
and he's
so I
fine.
guess-
He looks great.
He's fine, I
He
guess.
looks good because if you're listening to this, he looks great.
Yeah.
So, but I guess I don't know, hunching over but also the ritual of it. There's something so nice.
Well, I think it should be, and in a perfect ideal world, it would be really cool to sit with someone at a dinner table,
Yeah.
put phones away, and have dedicated traditional
have like your
time.
breakfast, have your breakfast, have your lunch, have your dinner. But also I think we're losing lunch because for any of us working from home, we have these meetings, everything's digital. It's hard to like sit down and have scheduled time for lunch.
Right.
When you're technically working all the time.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting. Okay, this next story and our final story before we get into our Ask the Doctor segment.
So many questions.
This final story is about people using AI to break up or get dating advice. So a new survey by Wingmate shows that people are now using AI in almost all aspects of dating in 2026. So the report showed that 62% are using AI to write their dating app profiles, which feels like a form of catfishing.
Yeah, because that's not how you speak.
That.
Yeah, that's not,
right?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like it.
Okay. 57% say that they're asking AI for dating advice and it's better, quote unquote, better than asking for friends' opinions.
Okay.
And that's weird because it's like you would think, I mean, maybe because it's like neutral.
Yeah, they're not giving you like a lot of times if a friend is giving dating advice and they don't like the person you're dating, they're going to give you different advice, you know?
Right.
Or like we often get dating advice from our friends who are also single.
Or married friends also.
Married friends who are not, we're not in the dating world anymore. Yeah. But I do think married friends have some advice that that single people can listen to, which is what worked, like what was different about the relationship that ended up being the relationship for you.
Right.
Which I think a lot of times single people might not have.
Right.
Yeah.
They're also saying that 41% have used AI to write breakups for them. So like a breakup text. It says here a breakup letter. I don't know anyone who's writing a breakup letter.
Well, they were friction maxing. They had to send the letter via the post office.
Sending it via pigeon.
Yeah, maybe.
Then 34% are seeking direct dating advice from AI and using it as a personally qualified mental health therapist. Okay. I do know a lot of people that are using AI for like not for therapy, but kind of for therapy.
Kind of for therapy, and that are becoming like completely dependent on AI.
Yeah.
Like you were just saying, Googling a question before figuring out yourself. Like some of the things I found with dating is like it's a lot of internal work that you need to figure out by yourself. And like you can get advice, but you also need to figure it out. And I just think I don't like the whole like AI breakup text and the AI. It just feels like you're presenting a version of yourself that's not authentic to who you really are.
No.
And we're losing track of who we really are with AI integrating into our lives.
Yeah. I don't think that's fair at all either. It's just it's got to be such a generic text too. It's not really based on anything. Like I think if you're having these like human relationships, like you should at least go through the motions and like make it a sincere.
Yeah. And it almost feels cruel, but I guess at the same time, when we didn't have AI, our version of a breakup text was ghosting. So maybe if AI is going to prevent people from ghosting because they'll use AI to send the text that they can't find the words for, then maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see how that all unfolds.
Yeah.
Okay, now we are at maybe our new favorite segment. Ask the Doctor.
So many questions.
We have so many questions for you.
Okay, fire away.
Okay, so our first question. Ozempic. Is it good? Is it bad? What are your thoughts overall?
Overall, GLP-1 inhibitors have been probably the most popular or biggest revolution in obesity treatment the past few years. We have such a problem with obesity that any effort to make a dent in it, I think, is overall a great thing for medicine.
Yeah.
And, I'll, put a caveat in here as I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I don't directly prescribe these medications, but I do, I see a lot of my patients on them and see the benefits of it.
Okay. What about skinny people taking it?
And also taking it to lose a small amount of weight, like, not doing it for like you actually are obese and you need it.
So the estimates that I've read with the Ozempic and some of the current generation of you're losing about 10 to 20% of your body fat, so there's a lot of patients that would really benefit from that. But so if you're starting relatively skinny, you're only going to lose 10 to 20%, and you just don't have that much to lose.
But what about someone's like, I only want it to lose 5 pounds. I need to lose 5 pounds, so I'm going to go on Ozempic. But maybe that's 10 to 20% of their. No, that can't. 10 to 20%.
They're
no, they can't because that's not right.
Math is not our thing.
No, wait.
Okay, so overall, you're a fan. You think it's a medical breakthrough.
In my practice, I've seen a lot of patients have substantial benefits in their their joint pain. They lose 40 pounds, say, and their knee pain is tolerable, and then they don't have to talk to me about getting knee replacements.
And that's what an orthopedic surgeon does, right? You're like the bones.
Yes, yeah, I'm bones and joints.
I watch Grey's Anatomy. I'm on season 11, so I think that makes me like almost a doctor, possibly.
Yeah.
And I believe Sarah Ramirez's character is an orthopedic, I think, because she like breaks bones and helps people.
I have not.
Right? Or
See, I've
helps
not seen the
people with
show.
their bones.
I do not.
Is that what you do? Break bones?
More or less.
Okay,
in a controlled manner. Yeah.
God.
Controlled manner.
We are learning so much.
A question though about the Ozempic. What about the long-term effects? Because I know it's been around forever, but it hasn't been used for weight loss forever.
It remains to be seen, what the long-term data is for one, how long do you need to take them? How long do the benefits last when you stop taking it?
Right.
And then kind of long-term effects on muscle mass loss and bone density loss.
Yeah.
So a lot of long-term data now with huge populations of people taking this medication. So a lot more studies to come.
Stomach paralysis or there's something with like this. Have you heard that? Like people
Well, that's what those medications, or one of the ways that they work is it slows gastric emptying. So you can, one of the side effects of it is gastroparesis, meaning it's really not emptying at all. So it's more of a kind of an intended side effect, because that's how the medication works. But if you're getting it to the point that you're getting gastroparesis, you have to change or stop taking it, or it's just not working for you.
Wow. Okay, great. Love it. All this is so good. AI, I want to talk about a little bit, because I feel like people are like self-diagnosing themselves with AI. I guess this also existed before with, what was it?
Was
WebMD.
WebMD.
Yeah.
Does that annoy you when people come in and they have like already diagnosed themselves? Or are you like, oh, that's helpful. Maybe that is what you have. Maybe that is your problem.
I think I'm fortunate as a doctor is usually there's not much of a mystery of what's going on in my patients. Like my knee hurts and but I think it's good practice as a or any healthcare provider that when you're meeting a new patient, having some sort of a idea of what the patient's preconceived notion is, it helps your relationships and kind of guides you where to start the conversation of what's going on and what brought them into the office.
What if you're only using AI instead of going to a doctor? At what point do you need to see a doctor if you're using AI? At what point is it?
They can't prescribe
Not
anything.
like this is a real thing that happened, but like
no one should
using
be
AI for medical advice. At what point do I need to see a doctor? Hypothetically.
Broad question, but no one should be using an AI agent in substitution as
a doctor.
For
right.
Real medical advice.
Fair.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What about those the full body scans that all the Kardashians are obsessed with?
We wanted to ask you about those.
I would not recommend anyone get those studies.
Full body scans, you're anti?
Yes. So full MRIs are very sensitive tests. I mean, they're going to pick up a lot of things. And there are studies with these full body scans that 95% of people, you're going to pick up something. And an MRI report for full body scan is pages long. They're very sensitive studies, pick up a lot of anatomy. Also going to pick up, we use the word incidentaloma. So like little nodules, lumps, bumps, things that you would never find because you would never have a reason to get an MRI at this part of the body. And then you have to decide, okay, what are you going to do with that information?
Freak out.
So
you're going to freak out.
So it's the MRI reports for patients who are not used to reading them, even for a knee MRI. They're very detailed and patients get these and like, oh, I have, 5 bullet points worth of things that are wrong with me. It's like, no, you're okay. So these full body scans, they pick up a lot, and they really lead to a lot of follow-up visits, specialty visits, more imaging, more testing, biopsies, unnecessary procedures.
And I'm sure sometimes it's helpful. I'm sure sometimes, once in a blue moon, somebody finds something that they're like, oh my goodness, thank goodness I found that in this full body scan. But maybe some of the things aren't necessary.
Ignorance is bliss, right?
Bottom line, the risk is not worth the reward for doing those studies.
Wow. I like hearing that because I don't have the money for these body scans.
Yeah,
they
medical
are,
opinion.
they are not covered by insurance for good reason.
Yeah.
Unless there's a few rare genetic conditions that put you at a higher risk of getting cancer, but those are few and far between. And I highly discourage patients from getting them. I have a lot of conversations with patients on anytime you're gonna order especially invasive or expensive test, you're gonna have to prepare yourself as the doctor and the patient. It's like, okay, what are we going to do about the information that we're getting? And if we're not going to do something about it, then why get the study?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're getting a full body MRI scan just to see, it's just, okay, are you going to do anything about what we're going to find there? Like, no, you just want to know. But then now
you're going to
are we going to do something?
Yeah.
Or is it going to increase your anxiety with all the findings there? So I
Right.
really caution everyone against getting those.
Wow, interesting. It does seem so tempting though, because
It
it's
does.
like, oh,
But
but
you
then I
want
would
to
just know.
But then,
yeah.
like, I don't think I'd want to know that, like, in 30 years I could have X, Y, or Z, and there's like really nothing proactive that I could do about it now. I don't know. It's kind of like finding out the future,
Right.
but maybe it's wrong because it's too much information.
Right.
There's a lot of based on your history, your family's history, and just overall kind of population based recommendations on when, or meaning what age to get certain studies. So not necessarily an MRI, whether it's a screening colonoscopy, a chest X-ray, ultrasounds, mammograms, those type of things.
That's fair.
I love that. Okay. What is a symptom you should never ignore?
Things that always concern me when patients mention it is we call it unexplained weight loss. If you're not trying to lose weight and you really start to notice you're losing weight, that's something that needs to get checked out.
Yeah, that is actually, I always hear like when people like that is one of the first symptoms where if someone gets really sick.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok about that.
Really?
Like symptoms you can never ignore, and that was
we call we call those red flag symptoms.
Okay.
And so,
Okay, our final question for you. What is something you can tell about a person's health just by looking at them?
Ooh.
So something that I look at quite a bit in my practice is patients' feet.
I know, isn't that shocking?
Wait, what?
Okay,
let me know.
So when I see a patient's feet and whether they have wounds on it, it's more of a symptom of a patient's hygiene, whether it's they're not really taking care of themselves, or if they have mobility problems, or just physically reaching down to their feet, or if patients with diabetes who they can't feel it and they don't notice something is going on down there. It's kind of a window into patient's health status.
Wow. Isn't that shocking?
Well, reflexology, which is like the massaging on your feet on certain pressure points and how that like can affect the rest of your body. I wonder if there's like a connection to like you being able to see that and how the feet can be healing in like Chinese medicine.
Maybe I think we're just not talking about feet enough.
We don't talk
in
about
this
feet
country.
enough.
Yeah, we just don't.
But what about like high heels ruining your feet? Is that a medical condition or is that just
Oh,
high
sure.
heels?
Yeah,
Really?
I
There's a
don't.
difference, right, between like
I don't do a lot of work with like foot reconstruction,
Right.
like bunions and things like that. But high heels are really put a lot of pressure on that your first
but they're so
metatarsophalangeal
cute.
joint,
They're
and
so cute.
there's gonna be a lot of wear and tear, or I've seen plenty of ankle fractures and some mishaps with high heels.
Oh,
Sorry,
Yeah.
Carrie Bradshaw. That's really sad.
Dang it.
Yeah.
That's bad news for us.
Such bad news.
Do you have any like health advice that you would want everybody to like hear? Get sleep. That's a big one.
yeah,
Drink water.
the
Drink water.
easy answer to a lot is diet, exercise, and sleep.
Mhm.
That's
Check,
Check,
check, check.
it's not going to solve every problem,
Check,
but it
check,
is
Yeah. It'll
goes
help.
a long way.
There you
Wow,
go.
we love it.
We love that.
Oh my God. Well, thank you for being here.
Thanks for inviting me.
doctor.
Thanks
Yeah.
for all the
This is
questions.
huge.
So I don't have to
Wow.
go see a doctor for a while now.
No, you're
because
good,
Yeah.
actually. We
that,
got
we're
all your
good. You
questions.
too, listening, watching.
I think we're fine.
We're fine.
Yeah, no body scans here.
Amazing.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Gabby, it was such a joy to
Thanks
have
for
you on
having
the
me. This
show.
was so fun.
I know,
This
I
is
love
so
it.
fun.
Come back anytime.
I would love that.
Yeah, you too, doctor. That'd be great.
Anytime, I'll be on call.
Yay!
Oh,
He's
get
on
it, Dr.
call.
Bun.
Oh, I love it. Okay, we'll see you guys next week.